Let's bring in Chuck Rosenberg, former U.S. attorney and senior FBI official, and MSNBC contributor. Claire's still here. Chuck Rosenberg, just more broadly, why is Barr getting involved when at this point, so many days after the election, it's clear that there is no evidence of widespread voter fraud?
You know what you just said, Nicole, at this point is the key to understanding this. You know, I read the memo that he issued yesterday, and I did this little exercise. I made believe that it wasn't issued yesterday, and I made believe it wasn't issued by him. And I just read it. And I talked about opening up investigations where there is substantial and credible evidence, which is something we do all the time at the Department of Justice. And it said not to open up cases where the theory is far-fetched or speculative or specious. And we don't do that at the Department of Justice. We avoid those types of cases. And so if you just look at it in that way, from a normal attorney general at a normal time in a normal administration with a normal president, you really wouldn't think twice about this. But all those things are not true. And the fact that this attorney general issued this memo yesterday seems only designed to appease a petulant president. And that's the danger. Not the substance of the memo so much, because, again, it's relatively benign. But it came from this attorney general of all attorneys general, the one who continues to shade facts to please this president. That's the problem at this point, just like you said.
Chuck, people are scared. And I think one of the signals when we've watched the Barr Justice Department in terms of gauging how scared we should be is to watch whether steady, steely people like yourself at the department are as offended as we are and leave. And that happened. When Bill Barr sent out this memo, Richard Pilger left, and he wrote a resignation letter that said this: having familiarized myself with the new policy and its ramifications, and in accord with the best tradition of the John C. Keeney Award for Exceptional Integrity and Professionalism, my most cherished departmental recognition, I must regretfully resign from my role as director of the Election Crimes Branch. I have enjoyed very much working with you for over a decade, to aggressively and diligently enforce federal criminal election law, policy, and practice without partisan fear or favor. I thank you for your support in that effort. So I think for people trying to figure out how bad it was from this attorney general at this time, look at someone who's been there a decade, won awards for his integrity, and bailed the minute this memo was distributed.
Yeah, and so that your viewers understand, the name Jack Keeney at the Department of Justice is sort of like the name Joe DiMaggio, if you're a Yankees fan. Jack Keeney was a legend in our department. And getting the Jack Keeney Award, Richard is right, is a big deal. Now, what I don't know is whether he was offended by the substance of the memo. Again, we should open investigations when there's substantial and credible evidence, or by the procedure. And it could be the procedure because, again, Bill Barr issued it yesterday and cut the Election Crimes Branch out of the chain of command for evaluating whether or not these cases should be pursued and what steps we ought to take. And so either way, whether it's just substance or just procedure or both, the timing is deeply troubling to me. Although, remember, with a normal attorney general at a normal time with a normal president, I don't think you would think twice about this. But all those things don't apply here. I'm really sorry that Richard stepped down from his post. I believe he remains in the Department of Justice. But something deeply offended him. And when something deeply offends career prosecutors, like those in the Flynn prosecution or the Stone prosecution, we ought to listen.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.